So if you keep up to date with these shows and you watch them, that makes sense. But if you're familiar with these shows, you would know that Iron Fist is often viewed as the worst one out of all of them, and if you've seen the show, you likely have that same opinion. And you probably have your own reasons for that, but in this video I'm going to talk about my personal reasons why Iron Fist wasn't, like, great. Disclaimer though, I am not a movie/TV critic, so I do apologize if these aren't very, refined, I guess is the right word. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but don't worry. I know what I mean. So, numero uno. Dude, I hate speaking Spanish, but like super American, it really just makes me cringe. Anyway, the business stuff. A pretty alright amount of Season 1 of Iron Fist revolves around the Rand Corporation. I would say that there is a pretty big problem with this, and that is... This is a Marvel Netflix show called Iron Fist. I did not come here to watch people run a company. I don't care about this company. Like, you can establish that it is in fact a company, and that's why Danny is so wealthy, but I don't need to know all the ins and outs. Like, a show like Arrow handled the business thing better back when it was, like, actually a thing. Like, Oliver's mad rich. And that's it. Like, we don't need to know about what's happening at the company, and I understand that it's like a pretty important plot point, but I just wish they spent less time on all the business stuff, you know? Like, I don't care, I came here to watch some dude punch stuff, and actually, speaking of which, numero dos. Danny hardly ever uses the Iron Fist. Like, I guess the plot kinda makes it make sense, like Danny needs to focus his chi or whatever, but it's still boring. The show is called Iron Fist. I would like to see the Iron Fist a little bit more. Like, it's a weapon, okay? It's a weapon he's supposed to use. It's quite literally attached to him. He's supposed to protect this freaking city in heaven, so the Iron Fist, I mean, it'd be an effective weapon in dealing with that. Given Danny is a pretty bad Iron Fist because he isn't doing that, but I mean, we should still see it more. In shows like Daredevil, The Punisher, and Luke Cage, we get to see them use their powers, like a lot. Well, I mean, I guess that is a little bit unfair because, like, Daredevil is always using his powers just to, like, live, and the Punisher doesn't really have any powers, but this argument holds up for Luke Cage. We get to see Luke Cage destroy stuff and pick people up and throw them. We get to see him get shot and, like, you know, he doesn't care. Well, actually, I guess this does kind of fit with Daredevil and the Punisher, because in most episodes of those shows, we get a fight scene or something where they, like, do stuff. But we don't get that in Iron Fist. I mean, I guess Danny is good at Kung Fu, but that's not really a superpower. The show is not called Guy That's Good at Kung Fu, okay? It's called Iron Fist. Can we please see the Iron Fist? Alright, the end, whatever. I think I've made my point, so let's move on. Numero trace. Danny's backstory is boring, like, yo, he got in a plane crash, parents died, some random monks found him and were like, yo, this dude looks like he could be alright at fighting. Then, for the next, like, 2,300 years, he was training to be good at fighting. Fought a dragon, by the way. I understand if you forgot about that, because we never actually get to see that. Danny brings it up a pretty good amount, but we never actually see it happen. We see him fight Davos. But is Davos a dragon? But Danny spent a while in that city in heaven, training to protect that city in heaven, and then left that city in heaven unprotected. At the end of Season 1, he goes back to the place and the city is gone, and Danny's like, whoa, that's not that good. Obviously it isn't good. What did you think was gonna happen? You were told to protect this place, and then you didn't protect the place. This is common sense. Numero cuatro. In every scene that is set in Kunlun, it is flat, boring, and lifeless. And Danny is the same as a result. Danny has basically no personality and I do not care about him, but it's not just Danny I have a problem with. It's all the characters. People often praise Colleen because she has the strongest character and she's the most interesting, and yeah, I guess that's true, but she also has no personality and I do not care about her. You know how in Daredevil or The Punisher, I know I already use these examples, but it's because they're the two best shows in this universe. But in those shows, there's sometimes some humor and the characters feel like they actually have personality. These are crucial bits of information the crew working on Iron Fist were simply not told about. If Danny and Colleen just died all of a sudden, oh well, that kinda tends to ruin your day, but what are you gonna do? Whereas if Matt or Frank died, I'd kinda be a mess for a bit. You can really feel attached to characters like Matt and Frank because, I mean, among other reasons, they act like people. Danny acts like he was raised by monks in a fictional city in heaven. He isn't relatable or likable. But what about the Meachums? The Meachums are horrible people, and I get bored of hearing them talk. Joy deserves to get shot. Again. Ward becomes alright by the end of Season 2, but I still don't feel attached to him like at all. Like if he were to all of a sudden just disappear like Colin in Bandersnatch, it really just wouldn't affect me that much, if at all. Davos is also garbage. He's like Danny, but worse. He wants the Iron Fist, and that's his entire character. lit. But in my opinion, these are the reasons Iron Fist wasn't that great. The business stuff, the lack of Iron Fist backstory, and story in general, to be honest. And characters. I actually, spent time and effort making this video and, writing it and doing stuff, which, I mean, that's pretty rare, let's be honest. So I would appreciate it if you left a like. Honestly, if you want to watch this multiple times, for whatever reason, I really wouldn't be complaining. But these are my reasons why Iron Fist wasn't that good. Do you agree with them, or do you have different reasons? Tell me down in the comments. But I hope you guys found this video rather enjoyable, because, I mean, if you did, feel free to leave a like, my dude. I know I just said that, but, I mean, come on, just, But if you didn't enjoy it, make sure to leave a dislike so I can, I can have some feedback, or jump off a bridge. I mean, whatever you want, it's up to you. My name's Whitefire, and I'll see you on the flip side.